I am the tournament DJ and host, DJ Mad Linx here in the nation's capital, Washington, D.C., Rock Creek Park. I gotta tell you, the audience and the people that come here to the Citi Open every year are amazing. From the qualifying rounds onward, this place is absolutely packed out. What I do here at the Citi Open is very unique and special in the world of tennis. I'm actually the only DJ that's on stadium court, which is kind of like that basketball game vibe, and I think it helps take the energy up to a whole nother level. One of the things that I love about this tournament is the fact of its intimacy. It's a 500 level event, which means it's a major one. But when you are here, you feel like it's almost like very family. Also, my background in television. I'm the former host of BET's Rap City, so a lot of people recognize me from that as well. But currently, I'm also with ESPN Tennis, so they'll be able to see me during the US Open broadcast. What was lesser known was my background in tennis. I'm a huge tennis fan. It's just something that always appealed to me. So I was able to merge both my loves and passions as far as DJing, music, entertainment, and tennis to hopefully bring a new element that had not really existed before in the sport. Last year we had Rafael Nadal and we had Venus Williams, as well as some of the top players that are currently playing. And it's my job to make sure that when they're on the stadium court, that their entertainment experience is going to be absolutely through the roof. We're bringing something very special that is not available at any other tournament.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back in Los Angeles.
I promise you, you're going to get something that you've never witnessed before.
All right, the DJ Mad Linx experience is like nothing else in this sport. We saw it this year at the Citi Open courtside. Now we're keeping an eye on Shapo and Cerundolo, but we're also live with Linx, linking to Linx in Miami. DJ, how you doing?
Man, I'm beautiful today. And by the way, just for the record, you guys may not say this, but Ala is the first pro player you guys had on, especially top 35. Well, I'm the first DJ here to be on second serve. I just want to put that out early.
Very good. Yes, first DJ on second serve. I like it. And hey, the DJ work, the radio work. What's the tennis connection? I know that you maybe played as a kid. You have got a great passion for the sport, but how did you actually get linked in your gig at ESPN and also here with us at TC?
You know, it's been an absolute just blessing. My journey into tennis was somewhat organic. Big shouts out to my mom, who's watching, by the way. I couldn't talk her quite into getting me tennis lessons because when she looked at the price point, she was like, oh, no. But I was able to talk her into getting me something to record tennis match. So as a result, I just developed this very keen eye and taught myself the game just from watching great telecasts just like this. So one thing led to the other. My love for the sport continued to grow. I mean, we had such, especially an American era with Sampras and Agassi, Chang, Courier, as far as the Americans and men moving on and getting the big three. So it just was always something that I just thoroughly enjoyed watching. And there's something special. It's to me, it's almost like being a boxer. You're out there on your own, you versus one other person. You're not tossing the ball to somebody else. You're not only playing just one position. You're responsible for offense, defense, the mental aspect. I mean, I know we're letting some coaching in now, but, once upon a time, it was just really you versus your opponent.
It's cool, man. So, hey, what up, DJ Mad Linx? It's Nick Monroe here. Good to see you, boss. So, question, with your tennis, are you always mad? Or how did you come up with Mad Linx? How'd that name come up?
Thank you for asking, Nick. And by the way, check your DM, brother. I hit you up.
There we go.
So, Mad was just a bit of a he doesn't really check it like you should, right, guys?
Yeah.
Well, Mad just ended up being a bit of a colloquialism. It's kind of like a slang for a lot. And it always seemed as though I was able to have different connections to different things. So you mentioned both my work here that I've done in the past with Tennis Channel, with ESPN. I've been blessed to be able to come across such great individuals that have been so impactful in my personal life as well as my professional journey. So it worked out and it continues to work out. So I'm not angry. I'm a nice guy. I'm happy. Listen,
I know you're always
I have
happy.
to be upset about. I mean, you guys see my background, right? You guys are impressive there. Hey, you see, I get the chance to watch some of the world's best tennis in the world up close and personal and talk to you guys about it as well.
Hey, I just want a live update for you because I know you wanted to get in on the Shapovalov chat they were having, but he loses the first set to Cerundolo. But you were actually courtside for one of the Shapo matches of the year, Grandstand U.S. Open, that 5-set classic against Andrei Rublev. What's your take on Shapo?
Well, I've known Chapo for a few years now, and I think that when you have so many weapons as he does, I mean, he can literally hit any shot from anywhere. I mean, he has a jumping one-handed backhand. The conventional wisdom says your backhand, especially if you have a one-handed backhand, you're going to be, it's the weaker side. So for the majority of players, which happen to be right-handed, they're going cross-court the majority of the time to his quote-unquote weaker side, the backhand. I just have a tendency to think he might just be a late bloomer. And because he just has to kind of clear away some of the abilities that he has to just really hone in and focus and zone in. Okay, this is the game plan. This is what I have to do. You watch another left-hander, Rafa. I call him the Terminator, especially when he played Roger during all those formative years where you knew exactly what he was going to do. 80% of those serves are going out to the backhand. He opens the court out, especially from the ad court, just to get you running back and forth on the string. You know exactly what he was going to do. And I'd like to see Shapo, if he can get a little bit more of a mental framework of just having some really set plays, go in, activate, and take away all the ability for things to go wrong. Just really simplify his game because, again, he has so much. I mean, he's got one of the loosest arms in the game. As a matter of fact, I mean, you guys mentioned the Cobra arm. I call it the loose arm. You look at that serve for a guy who's under 6'1", 6'2". He's got one of the bigger serves out there. And when he really cracks that ball, it's something to watch.
Can we just point out, he quoted me. You have been watching, my dear friend. I very much appreciate that fact. I will also say, I know the way to any man's heart is to make their mother feel happy. So, Mrs. Linx, thank you for watching. Welcome in. We're happy to have you here today. But my question for you, I think the three of us could be argued we're trapped in the tennis bubble. We're watching it day in, day out, week in, week out. Not that you're not doing that, but I'm curious, in this post-Federer, Djokovic, Nadal, Serena era, are there any young talents that you find yourself gravitating towards?
I'm a huge Lorenzo Musetti fan. If you guys can't tell already, I'm kind of partial to the guys with the one-handed backhands. But watching his match yesterday... I mean, I think he could be primed to have a really big breakout 2023. I think especially in the second half, the way he's come on, he seemingly has kind of, again, tuned in his game to be a little bit more specific as to what he does, get away a little bit from just the excellent shot making. And he's definitely one. I mean, there's so many guys. I'm interested to see what Brandon Nakashima is going to be doing. I think he had a very promising year and just a very solid American. We tend to forget about JT Brooksby after having such a great 2021, 2022, a little bit different. But I think he has the cerebral components and weapons in order to take what he's experienced this year, as people have kind of maybe gotten a little bit accustomed to his game and figure out ways to attack. I think that we'll see him come back potentially next year with a little bit of a bigger serve, a la what Sebastian Korda did this year. Sebi's serve really improved drastically, I would say, this year, coming from 20 to 21 into 22. And I think JC might do some things that are going to be kind of similar.
Well, you talk about looking forward to the future. Have you been able to practice at all with Prakash Armitaj, one of our Tennis Channel, obviously, analysts? I know you do a lot with him with Taste of Tennis and in Washington, D.C. at the Open there, Citi Open. Have you been able to hit balls? And then also, have you at the gym with this guy? Like, does he save any weights for you, or does he just take all the weights for himself?
All right, so I hope you guys
we need a story.
All right. All right, shouts out to Prakash Armitaj. That is my brother. We're the Brown Boys, and we are coming soon to a city near you. This guy is the absolute best. I mean, I don't know how he does it. So no matter where he is at on the globe, he's in the gym by 5 o'clock in the morning. Now, if he's slacking, as he did with me during the U.S. Open, because I got him to come out for about 3 minutes, he told me he was going to slack, so he got to the gym at 5:02. Right.
Oh, so Kobe Bryant would not be happy about that. He's always posting himself with Kobe, so Kobe wouldn't be. But yeah. Hey,
listen, he takes Mamba mentality and takes it to the highest level of what it could be. I mean, so and he is literally like Kobe, because I remember. All right, I was going to be trying to, get my 1-2. I'm like, it's embarrassing for me going next to him and DC and standing on him on court. And I'm like, bro, why are you doing this to me?
Why are you doing it?
I'm like, go stand over there. Go away. So here I go. I think I'm getting to the gym nice and early. He's already been in there. He's on the treadmill. He's like, yeah, just put in light work until I go to the gym later on. I'll probably do a 10,000-pound workout today. Yeah, it's about it. Light work today. Prakash. Now, he's absolutely one of the greatest people we'll ever get the chance to meet. We do the City Open together. We've been doing the Taste of Tennis the last several together, and he's just a pleasure to work with, as you guys well know.
Linx, I know Gruskin has a question for you just about the music itself. I wanted to ask you, you do these pieces for ESPN where you're chatting to people, you're on the grounds of the U.S. Open. Obviously, you were on the grounds this year at the City Open. Gruskin's asking you about kind of the next tennis players that you're excited about, but how do we continue to make sure that the fans get what they want out of these tournaments? I feel like you've got a good finger on the pulse from the tennis perspective and also those folks who want to come and be entertained at these venues, at these tennis tournaments.
Well, thank you very much for that. As a serious fan, as I could see it's written up there, one of the things that I think is just, it's so key is the experience, not just of the level of tennis. If you are a true tennis fan and you've watched for years and you know the essence of the sport and the nuances, you'll get joy out of that. What I really want to see happen, and what's one of the great things about the nature of a show like this, is you can bring in the ancillary fan, the fan like, listen, I'm in Miami, right? So we are the mecca, basically, of people who will go to a sporting event, never actually watch the sporting event, just go to go grab drinks. I mean, during LeBron years here in Miami, the amount of people who actually got tickets to go and really never even watched the game was huge. But I personally really feel is that if we can get some of these people who are coming out and maybe they get tickets because they're going with, a friend, they won them somewhere on a radio show or whatever, and we can really make sure that entertainment portion is taken care of, they're going to get the chance to see some really great tennis. I think we can really ingratiate and bring on a huge amount of fans.
Yeah, they've gotten mad at me for not respecting my elders this week, so I'll address you as Mr. Linx, my dear friend. You do a fantastic show called Taste of Tennis. I'm curious, what does tennis taste like?
It's magnifique. It's fantastic. So again, in talking about the entertainment side, it's this great event which has been put on by AYS, going over 20 years. The first one dating back to New York City, and now it's expanded to overall 6 markets internationally. So the ability to bring in, because listen, guys, you guys know this already. Tennis is not really known for being kind of like that party, fun sport off the court. Yep. So fortunately, these people at AYS, Penny and Judy Lerner, really just had the foresight and the ability to say, hey, listen, you know what? Why don't we take some of the greatest tennis players in the world who maybe want to come out, a day before the tournament, a few days, and they're hungry, right? So why don't we bring some of the best chefs from said market and then bring in, people who want to enjoy all of this, and then bring in the best DJ that they can find, of course. And as well.
Mad Linx, baby, Mad Linx.
Hey, baby, I've been at it for years. And then bring in Prakash Armitaj as well. Mm-hmm. And so it's just a really special event that I've had the pleasure of being part of for quite a number of years. And it tastes fantastic. We've had some of the best chefs in D.C., New York, California, in Indian Wells, especially here in Miami. It's a great, great event. If any of you guys get the chance, check it out. TastyTennis.com. The next one coming up should be in California. Indian Wells will be doing it in Miami. If you don't live in any of those cities, it's okay. There's airports, there's planes. Come through. You can stay for the tournament, have a great time. Come see me, and you get a chance to find out exactly what tennis tastes like.
Yeah, Penny Lerner and Judy Lerner for Taste of Tennis, they do a great job. They work with AYS Sports and do an absolutely amazing job.
I am curious, how did the ESPN thing come to be for you? Because you are a man on the streets, but I also love when you've done a couple courtside updates. You're first giving us the update on the quality of DJ in the stadium, as well as the quality of tennis.
Man, you really been watching, huh?
Yeah, I've been watching. Do my homework.
Well, again, I've just had such a blessed experience, and not only am I the first DJ on Second Serve, but I'm pretty sure I'm the first DJ that has ever been on the courtside call for probably any sports telecast, but especially tennis. So it all began many years ago. There was a wonderful, wonderful guy by the name of Trey Wingo. Brilliant and amazing sportcaster. Learned so much just from watching him. We used to do an event together called the Madden Bowl, which was partnered with EA Sports and ESPN. So during some off time, just having a chat, really great guy, talking sports. Eventually, the conversation turned to tennis. Of course, that was my fault. And the next thing he said is, I got to introduce you to Jamie over at ESPN. And he was a man of his word, and he did. And Jamie and I had a great conversation over a number of years. And he always told me that he was looking for the opportunity to bring me in. He believed in what he thought I could do. And he thought it could be so different and so special. He just wanted to make sure that the timing was right. So the joke that I gave to him was when I finally got the call during the pandemic, when they were having the US Open, but with no fans. And I got the call, and I'll never forget, it came in at 6:34 p.m. on a Friday saying, I need you here tomorrow. So I'm like, all right, yeah, let's do it. So I told him, I said, so, after all these conversations we had, so you mean it only took a worldwide pandemic for it to happen, huh? All right, fair enough.
Well, very nice. Well, with your view there, man, I mean, we all need to come hang out in Miami. I mean, I need a spot. Is that you got enough room in that spot? I mean, that looks insane.
You don't know this, but in your DMs, it actually says from him, come hang out in Miami. I'm free all November.
What's your next gig, DJ Mad Linx? What you got coming up? What's your next deal?
Well, I tell you what. Well, first of all, I have to give another shout out to the #1 fan that Tennis Channel has, bar none, on any and all platforms. And if you guys are interested in coming to Miami, his name is Peter Green with The Group. He's one of the most premier realtors here. And when listen, right, I can promise you, he's probably doing a deal right now, but he's got an earbud in his ear listening to one of the
You're doing a deal right now.
I promise you. Day and night, he's watching every single match. I swear he goes to sleep. By osmosis, it goes into his brain. He wakes up, he knows the results. He's amazing. But coming up, actually, on the tennis side, I'm going to be DJing the Baha Markup in the Bahamas with TC's own Mark Knowles. Brought to you by Cliff Drysdale. Tennis is the managing partner.
Yep.
It's going to be an amazing, amazing event. We're going to have Andy Rock. And by the way, all this behind and everything, this was inspired by Mr. Andy Rock. And I just want to say why. Andy, don't be mad at me if you see me in the Bahamas, as you said in all love. But I'm like, the only one thing I can outdo Andy Roddick in the tennis is probably the background for this Zoom.
That's a low bar, though. Links. I mean, Andy Roddick gets on his link, and the background is, a dirty white wall.
Pun intended there with the link.
Hey, listen, Andy looks like he's in a dungeon. He's being held by something's going on.
Well, what people don't realize is that's actually entirely a green screen. None of that is real. It's all fake. Yeah.
I think I saw a plane fly by. So, I saw something happen back there.
Wait, I wanted you to ask him about the music. Weren't we talking about offset about the music in tennis and maybe the bigger role that it could play?
Even if we weren't, I'm happy to ask a question on it. Good setup. And my question to you would be, having been at the 2001 Citi Open, let me just say, great playlist. I thought the set list was phenomenal. And, I thought the men's singles final was second only to the set list. But I am curious. You hear a lot about the stigmas in professional tennis, right? It's supposed to be a buttoned-up sport. Even not having the collar here, I feel a little underdressed. I'm curious, as the DJ on site. Thank you. That was never the question. But I am curious, as the DJ on site, if you feel pressure, if you feel any stigmas, how it is to choose that playlist and be loose, be fun without upsetting anyone.
Well, that's a great question, and it's something that I look at as a great opportunity. So, as you said, there's this idea of what tennis is and the experience is so much different from when you go to a basketball game. And I wanted to bring that energy to a tennis match. So this is one of the reasons why being on court is so important, because I wanted to make sure it's that real, visceral energy. So it's like I want to party on that court while we're in between matches, during the set breaks, during the changeovers. I want to have that energy be next level. So if you aren't a person who really is understanding what's going on court, at least you know you're having a great time in between. So I find that what I try to do is, again, we have a core audience, and I'm very aware of that. So I don't want to alienate them, but what I want to do is I want to grow the universe. So while I might play, yeah, sure, Sweet Caroline, shouts out my man, Michael, the program director over at the Citi Open. He knows what I'm talking about. But, you know, I also want to play not just Bruno Mars, but listen, I'll give you a Pharrell. You know, I might even throw some Jay-Z in, just because I want everybody to really feel included. Some reggaeton, some house. I want to make sure that at some point everybody gets a little bit of some special enjoyment, that they feel that song was going out to them.
You know you've made it in tennis when a chair umpire says "thank you, music" to the DJ. So I think DJ Mad Linx, that you're part of that. Hey, thanks for hanging out. I know you're jealous not to be on set with us, but we're pretty jealous of where you are too. So thanks for the chat.
You're the man, DJ Mad Linx.
Hey, well, listen, I heard it. Thank you, guys. Hey, listen, by the way, I heard there's an Airbnb party taking place somewhere, so can I get the invite too?
You're our DJ for the party, my friend. You didn't hear? You're working it. I don't know if I can pay your quote, but we'll see what happens.
All right, DJ Mad Linx, thank you.
We're all family now.
Yeah.
We're all family. Real quick, Nick, how are you going to get to the All-America Cup? You look so nestled in and comfortable there right now.
I know. Hey, straight to work in a few days, straight to San Antonio. So I'll hit you up after this.
I look forward to it. Guys, thanks so much. And once again, December 10th through the 12th, Baha Markup in the Bahamas. I can't wait to see everybody. Come on down. It's going to be an amazing time. Shouts out to one and only Cliff Drysdale. Thank you, Cliff, for making that happen for me. And I look forward to hopefully being back here with you guys soon.
All right, Mad Linx, thanks so much.
Much appreciated. Take care, my friend.
Nick Monroe. You can follow him on Instagram at DJ Mad Linx. Some really good stuff there. Obviously, a guy, too, that has opened up, I think, giving folks a viewpoint, especially on ESPN, where it's like, hey, let's give folks a different view of the tennis. And I think that he's done that really well.
Well, he's one of those guys where when you see him on site, I mean, he always has a smile on his face. Same with, obviously, Prakash Armitaj. They're always together in the Citi Open, Indian Wells, Miami, and DJ, he just has that energy about him, as you can see there. Just he embraces kind of just positivity. So that's what he brings in his music, and I've always loved his music at tournaments.
Also,
it pumps me up on court. I'm like, you want to run through a wall, you know?
No, part of a dying breed of tennis fans as well, in that he clearly likes a one-handed backhand. I don't think there are a lot of people you can still say that about. So I like that veer against the grain attitude from DJ.
He called out Musetti. You didn't even set him up for that.
If you could see my eyes, like if you had a close-in on my eyes when he's giving takes, I was like, yeah, should I ask him about Emil Rusevori? Are we about to do this?
I mean, I think you could have, actually.